What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Darian. I'm the BowTie fragrance guy. I love to look good and I love to smell amazing. Today I'm going to kick off my top 10 designer fragrances that I'm going to be wearing for the upcoming spring season. But before we get into the list, you know how we do. What has become customary at this channel is I want to go ahead and give you guys my subscriber spotlight. If you guys aren't familiar with what that is, I choose a comment from my previous video and I share it with you guys, my subscribers, because I really appreciate you guys. So from last week, from the last video, our subscriber spotlight goes to Dave L. And Dave wrote, "To the BowTie guy, your videos never cease to amaze. I enjoy your journey and I will steer my acquaintances your way. Thanks for your hard work." Well, Dave, as I always say, man, thank you so much for taking the time out to comment, and definitely thank you for steering your acquaintances my way. You know, again, I always say I really sincerely appreciate my subscribers, because without you guys, I'll be just talking to a camera. So I really appreciate you guys, and as I always say, because you aren't here, now we do it back around the way. For you, Dave, man, 2 sprays in the air, that's some good stuff. Dave, that was for you. You know, while we're on that subject, let me just make this particular statement. I see a lot of other videos by other YouTube reviewers, and it really bothers me when they don't take the time to respond to the subscribers. I mean, I can't respond to everybody. I really try my best. If you go back and look through my videos, I really try to comment or at least acknowledge every comment, because again, I sincerely from my heart appreciate the interaction and people thinking enough of my content to subscribe and give feedback. But it really bothers me when I go to other channels and people are asking legitimate questions and trying to interact with content creators, and they just straight up and down ignore the message. So I don't know, that bothers me. But anyway, you guys watch who you want to watch. If that doesn't bother you, then you keep on watching, you keep subscribing, and hopefully one day, maybe they'll respond. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming. If you want to know what my top 10 designer spring fragrances are for the year of 2020, you already know how we do. Keep it locked right here. Okay guys, I'm back. Let's go ahead and jump right into this list. Starting with number 10. An oldie in the community, but certainly a goodie from the house of Gucci. This is Gucci Pour Homme 2. And what I love about this fragrance is that tea note. It's great for the springtime when the temperature is around that 65 to 80 degree mark. This stuff shines like a diamond. Love wearing it this time of year. Again, with tea notes for me, they kind of serve as this kind of soothing and calming effect that they give me when the temperatures are a little bit warmer outside. And that's why I love this stuff. I told you guys earlier this year that I'll be wearing this one more this year, and I am sticking to that. That's my word. So my number 10 fragrance this year for spring from the house of Gucci. This is Gucci Pour Homme 2. The next fragrance on my list comes from the house of Carolina Herrera, and this is Carolina Herrera CH Men. Now, I love this fragrance. It's opened up kind of green. It's got a little bit of sweetness, a slight bit of resinous quality to it. But what I don't like about it is the performance. But again, with a fragrance at this price point, it doesn't bother me to reapply this fragrance. If it were not for the performance, this would be a lot higher on the list. Because again, I really love the way that it smells. It's just the performance really sucks. I only get about 3 to 4 hours out of this one. Now, I've heard that the older formulation does perform better than this one. I've never had a chance to put my nose on that. But again, this one does smell fantastic for the time that it does stick around. So that's why I made the list at the number 9 spot. This is Carolina Herrera CH Men. The next fragrance on this list is coming from the house of Coach, and we're talking about Coach for Men. I absolutely love this stuff right here. It's a beautiful opening with kind of this citrus pear opening. This is a mass appealing fragrance, hands down, and that's what I love about it. It's so easy to wear, and it smells so good, and it garners so much positive attention. And to me, spring is a perfect time to rock this fragrance. So if you need one in your rotation, again, that fits the bill of mass appealing, easy to wear, compliment getter. You can't go wrong with this stuff right here from the house of Coach. This is Coach for Men. Next up, we're going to the house of Mugler, and this is Mugler's Ultra S, the orange bottle. I absolutely love this bottle. It gives such a pop of color to the collection, right? Well, outside of that, it smells great. I've tried this last year in the summer, and I do like it, but for me personally, the Mugler DNA of the original, so that kind of patchouli dry down, is still a bit much for me in the summer. So I'm giving it a go this year in the spring, because again, it pretty much just took some citrus notes and kind of this orange creamsicle vibe and threw it on top of the original Amen DNA, and you get this beauty right here. It does work well in warmer temperatures, but I think it's going to be better for in the spring than in the summer. So that's why I made the list at number, what is this? The number 7 fragrance on the list from the house of Mugler. This is Ultra S. Coming in at number 6, this is Tierra de Hermes Eau Fraiche. Again, another one for me that I generally will rock in the summertime, but again, warmer temperatures overall, this fragrance is great. I love the original Tierra de Hermes, which is a great one as well. It's kind of a year-round fragrance for me personally, where I live climate-wise, but this one, for me, again, is really, really great in the warmer temperatures. I would refer to this one in spring and summer, sometime before the original. Again, as the name indicates, it's just a fresher version of the original. Works really, really well in the warm temperatures. So, of course, that's why I made the list. This is Tierra de Hermes Eau Fraiche. Okay, guys, now we are in the top 5. The number 5 fragrance on the list this year is from the house of Guerlain, and this is L'Homme Ideal Cologne. You know what this one is all about. I love the original, I love the EDP, but the cologne version is absolutely fantastic in warm temperatures. It has the same DNA, the kind of cherry vibe, but of course, what most people like about this is it's not your typical kind of citrus fragrance that you would wear in the summer and spring months. It has an almond note, which kind of gives it this kind of creamy vibe, and I think that really plays so well with the kind of cherry thing that you get with this fragrance, the tonka bean cherry combination. The almond plays so well with this one. And again, this one is a little bit lighter than the EDT and the EDP, but that's why it works well in warmer temperatures. I've said this before, you literally could take the EDT, the cologne, as well as the EDP iterations of this fragrance, and you can wear those year round. This will work for the spring and summer. You can use the EDT for the fall and the EDP for the winter, and that will get you through the entire year. But again, this is a great one in the hot weather. That's why I made the list. The number 5 fragrance is L'Homme Ideal, or Ideal, however you wish to pronounce it, Cologne. In the 4th spot this year, we have from the house of Chanel. This is Bleu de Chanel, and this is the EDP. Absolutely love the EDP. Now, if you know anything about me, if you follow this channel for any amount of time, you know that the Parfum is my favorite of the 3, EDT, EDP, and the Parfum. But I really like the Parfum more in the fall. For the spring and summer, I refer to the EDP. Wore this fragrance yesterday, and no lie, I got 3 compliments. It is what it is. We know what it is. We know what this fragrance is and what it does, and it just works. Bottom line, plain and simple, end of discussion. This one just works. It just gets the job done, and that's why I love this stuff. Both of my bottles are actually down to about right here. So collectively, between this and the Parfum, I'm going through a whole bottle. And again, for a guy like me that has as many fragrances that I have, that speaks volumes to my affinity for this fragrance. So again, at the number 4 spot from the house of Chanel, this is Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. In the 3rd spot, we have from the house of Prada, the Iris King. Well, some people would debate that, but maybe we'll see. From the house of Prada, we have Prada L'Homme. Love the EDT, love the EDP, but of course the EDT works the best in the warm temperatures. This is what I call the Spring King. This fragrance makes most people's lists around this time of year because that iris combination just really works well. It just speaks to the spring weather. It's got kind of some floral vibes to it mixed in there, and it's just, again, a great one. And what I love about this one as well as the EDP is the performance. So when I know that I want to wear something that's going to definitely get me through an entire 8-hour workday, this is one of my favorite ones to go to in the springtime from the house of Prada. This is Prada L'Homme. My number 2 fragrance this year comes from the house of Dior, and this is Dior Homme. Not Dior Homme Intense, not the cologne. This is the original Dior Homme. Now, of course, unless you guys have been living under a rock, you understand that they've come out with the new Dior Homme, which I did smell, but they took the iris out of this stuff and it doesn't really smell anything like the original. I had a bottle of this before, I ran through it, and because I heard that this may be discontinued, I bought the big 5-ounce bottle of the original Dior Homme. I'm gonna rock this thing a lot this spring. Again, this is another one that has a great iris note in it. And again, this was the original to do the iris in my opinion. So I don't know if we can really call Prada L'Homme the Spring King with the iris, because this was the original to really do it and make that note of iris really popular. So that's why I made the list. Of course, I'm gonna rock a lot of this stuff. I'm glad I got a big bottle just in case. From the house of Dior, this is Dior Homme. And the number 1 fragrance this year for me in the springtime, another fragrance that I really love, the tea vibe that I get from it, from the house of Maison Margiela, the replica lineup. This is Under the Lemon Trees. Guys, I love this stuff. I bought this around April of last year, and it reminds me of the spring. When I talked about this fragrance, I talked about the emotions and the imagery that this evokes for me, because it's such a smooth and calming and refreshing and invigorating scent that it reminds me of sitting literally, as the name indicates, under a lemon tree on a hammock, enjoying a cold glass of lemonade in about 80 to 85 degree temperatures, and wearing this stuff and just enjoying life. That's what this makes me think about. That's the images that it evokes in my mind when I wear this stuff, and I just love it. I absolutely love it, and not to mention the fact that I get great performance out of this one. So this is going to be a staple for me when the temperatures start to really get warmer outside. When the temperatures start to heat up, this is something that I really go to, and I really enjoy wearing it. And that's really what fragrances should be about, man. It should be fragrances that you really enjoy wearing. They take you somewhere. They make you feel something. They transport you somewhere. And for me, this does that like no other. And that's why it made the number 1 spot for me. It's actually going to be the scent of the day. So let's go ahead and see if we can get some of that on here. I'll do a video about how I apply fragrances, but I basically just did it for you guys live and direct on this video. So again, number 1 from the house of Maison Margiela, the replica line. This is Under the Lemon Trees. Okay guys, that is my time. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with me, and I sincerely appreciate that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos out to people that you think could use this information, or that they may just find me entertaining, whichever way works for me. Because I'm your boy, your cousin, your man, the BowTie fragrance guy. I love to look good, and I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.